How to thrive as a real estate agent when the market won't cooperate. The real estate market has been brutal for 4 years. Transactions are down, commissions are shrinking, and most agents are sitting around waiting for things to get better. Here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Waiting is a strategy, and it's a losing one. Hi, I'm John Tsai. I've been in real estate for the past 2 decades, and I've coached thousands of agents across North America, and I've seen every kind of market. And what I know for certain is this: the agents who come out on top after a down market didn't get lucky. They made specific decisions while everyone else stood still. So today I'm giving you the exact framework to not only just survive this market, but to set yourself up to absolutely dominate when it turns. And after watching the video, if you find it valuable, helpful, and useful, go ahead, subscribe, like, and share with a friend that might also benefit from this video. And if you're ready to take your business to the next level and ready to partner with us here at eXp Realty, go ahead and book a discovery call with me in the Calendly link below, and I'll look forward to talking with you. All right, so let's get started. And let's start with mindset, because if this is broken, nothing else matters. Right now, most agents outsource their confidence to the market. When the market is good, they feel good. When it's slow, they feel hopeless. And that is the most dangerous place you can operate from. Here's the reframe I want you to lock in. The market does not determine your income. Your activity level does. There are agents in your city right now, same market, same interest rates, same inventory, who are having the best year ever. Not because the market is treating them any differently, but because their mindset is different. They woke up and decided that external conditions don't get a vote in what they do today. That's the decision that you need to make today, not once, every single morning. On the Align group, we do not allow negative talk to seep into our mindsets. The only thing we need to do is to think about what we can control. And what we can control is, number one, working on our mindset. So stop checking the news for permission to have a great day. Stop waiting for the rates to drop before you pick up the phone. Your competition is paralyzed right now, and that is your greatest advantage if you choose to see it that way. And mindset is everything. Every single year since the downturn in 2022, we've done more deals every single year. In 2022, we did 189 deals. In 2023, we did 224 deals. In 2024, we did 312 deals. In 2025, 321 deals, once again for $308 million in sales volume. That's not because we were lucky. It's because we worked on our mindset every single day. Now let's talk about skill, because down markets expose everything. In a hot market, average agents look like great agents. Listings sold by themselves, buyers were desperate. You didn't have to be sharp. You just had to show up. Those days are gone. In this market, the gap between a skilled agent and an average agent is massive. But the good news is, skill is learnable. So here's what I want you to audit right now. Ask yourself honestly, how good am I at real pricing conversations with a seller who is overpriced? How good am I at handling objections from a buyer who is scared of the interest rates? How good am I at prospecting expired listings, people who have already tried and failed to sell in today's market? How good am I at converting a lead who has been sitting in my database for the last 18 months? If any of those made you feel uncomfortable, that's your answer. That's where you invest the next 90 days. The agents who will explode when the market turns are sharpening their skills right now. They're role playing, they're reading, they're getting coaching, and they're doing the reps. When the market opens up, they'll be so dialed in that nobody around them will be able to compete at all. So here's what I recommend as an actionable item. On our team, all the agents have at least 3 to 5 different role play partners to work on scripts on a weekly basis. Once a day, 5 days a week, you're working on your scripts. Every single agent on our team and in our organization are talking to at least 10 to 15 people to get the reps in on a daily basis. And if you're a newer agent, you make up the lack of experience and skill by simply doing more and working a little bit harder. And that's okay. The more you role play, the more you go out there and talk to people, the better you are at your skills. And as my good friend Aaron Novello always says, skills pay the bills. And if you want to be a multimillionaire, you better first be a skillionaire. But here's the thing, guys. Skill without strategy is just potential. So let's talk about strategy. What had worked in 2021 will simply not work now. And if you're still running the same playbook you were running in a seller's market, you're leaving serious money on the table. Here are 3 strategic pivots worth your attention right now. First, expired listings. There are more expired listings in most markets right now than there have been in years. These are motivated sellers who already raised their hand and they want to sell. They just had a bad experience. If you can walk in with a fresh strategy, real honesty, and a track record, you will close these. And most agents are simply too scared to call them. That's your opening. Second, investors. When the retail market slows, investors accelerate. They're looking for deals. If you're not talking to investors, landlords, and people who are looking to buy distressed properties, you're missing an entire segment of the market that doesn't care about interest rates the same way a primary buyer does. Third, your database. I bet that 80% of the agents watching this right now have not made a genuine personal call to their database in the last 90 days. Not a mass email, not a market update, an actual human conversation. Do you actually know how many people in your database right now that are thinking about making a move but haven't reached out to you? Here's your opportunity to go find out. See, all you gotta do is to reach out to them, give them a quick call and ask them, hey, this is a quick business call. Do you have a minute for me? Who do you know right now that's thinking about buying, selling, investing that I may be able to help? And by the way, while I have you here, when do you plan on moving? Guys, if you just did that 10 times a day with your past clients, center of influence, family and friends, you are going to win in today's market. And listen, your database, your past client, center of influence, family and friends database is your gold mine. If you have a database of 100 people, you always get 10% from it. So each and every year, you're going to do 10 deals from a database of 100 people that know you, like you, trust you, that will give you business or do business with you. So let's say if you had 1,000 people, how many do we have now? Each and every year, you should be doing 100 deals or more just from your database of 1,000 people. Now, these all sound great, but let's talk about accountability, because this is where most agents completely fall apart. And guys, did you know that if you just checked in with somebody on a daily basis, the chances of you achieving your goals increased by 95%? What if I told you there was this investment that you would win and make money 95% of the time? Would you do it? That's what accountability can do for you. You see, when the market is tough and the results are slow, it is incredibly easy to let your standards slip. You start days later, you make fewer calls, you skip the prospecting session because it feels pointless. And slowly, without noticing it, you've gone from a real estate professional to someone who is just hoping for something to fall in their lap. And guys, whether you like it or not, there's only 3 ways to get business. Number 1 is to wait for it. And of course, hoping something to fall in your lap. Number 2, you can go out there and buy it, buying online leads if you have the budget. But if you don't have the budget, last but not least, and the only way that I got started was to go out there and find it. And guys, the day you're not prospecting is the day you're not in the real estate sales business. Don't wait for business. The antidote right here is accountability. And I don't mean the fluffy kind where you tell a friend your goals and they say, you got this. I mean hard, measurable, daily accountability. Here's what that looks like. You set a daily non-negotiable activity number, not a result, an activity. Maybe it's 20 contacts, maybe it's 5 contacts, maybe it's 50 contacts or conversations. Maybe it's 2 listing appointments per week. You write it down, you track it, and you answer to someone for it every single day. I have watched this one shift. Just adding real accountability transforms agents who are ready to quit into agents who had their best quarters, best years ever. Not because the market changed, but because they stopped letting themselves off the hook. When I was really committed to my business on my way up, I went from 33 deals, 39 deals, 45 deals, 53, 54, 85, and finally 149 deals in a single year. As a solo agent, what did I do? Get accountability. Every single day, I knew I needed to talk to 50 people in order to hit my goals. How intense was I about my accountability? Every single day, I was to hit 50 contacts per day. And if I didn't, I paid someone $500 every single day that I would miss my contacts. And guess what? Sometimes I would pay, but most days out of a year, I did my job. And guess what happened? I did 149 deals as a solo agent. I'm not saying these are typical results, but I'm saying that if you got accountability, you're more than likely to hit the goals that you set for yourself. And now finally, let's tie it all together. Action. And I mean massive, never ending action. Guys, you gotta love the grind because everything I just said means nothing if you don't move. So go out there and take massive, never-ending action. Here's what I see in slower markets. Agents get into their heads. They overthink. They wait until they feel ready and until they have a perfect script, until the market sends them a signal it's recovering. And while they're waiting, the opportunity passes them to the agent who just decides to go. You see, guys, done is better than perfect. The call you make today at 80% is worth infinitely more than a perfect call that you never make. And they always say you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. I promise you this. The agents who will dominate in 2027 and 2028 when the market does turn, and it will turn, are the ones taking uncomfortable actions today. They're making calls that nobody wants to make. They're knocking on doors that nobody wants to knock. They're having hard pricing conversations to get the price reduction so they can get their listing sold. They're doing the work in the dark with no applause, no slow results, because they understand that what you build in a down market is what pays you in a good one. Guys, the market will recover. It always does. The only question is, will you be ready? Will you be starting from scratch while others are already in full momentum? And guys, in my 20-year career, I've been through many cycles. And in 2008 was the biggest downturn that I experienced. I was $80,000 in debt. I did no deals for 6 months. But guess what I did? I was grinding. I was role playing. I was working on my skills. I was working on my strategy. I was taking massive action, and I didn't wait until the market got better. And guess what? Everybody else quit. I'd be getting calls from all my friends and family, that people that knew me. I was the only one in business. I got business just by default, and I didn't quit because I kept working. So the only question is, once again, will you be ready? Or would the opportunity pass you by when the market does recover? So guys, if this hit home for you, do me a favor and share this with another agent in your life who needs to hear this. And if you want to go deeper on any of this, mindset, skills, strategy, accountability, or just getting your head in the right place in a tough market, drop a comment below and reach out to me directly because I read everything. Once again, I want to thank you for watching the whole video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel where we will be making more content just like this to help you scale your real estate sales business. My name is John Sai. Let's go, let's grow, let's build.